Okay, I am excited to do today's call. It is called Channeling Your Momentum, and it's something I'm excited about because I haven't always been able to grasp this concept. If you went to Summit, I want you to think back on how you felt while you were there, all the energy that was around you, all that belief that you had in yourself and in the business. If you weren't there, I want you to think of a time when you did have a surge of energy, when you wanted to accomplish those big dreams, when you were excited to work the business, when you were passionate about what you were doing. Isn't that an amazing feeling? Just that surge of emotion. Now, I want to ask you, how long does that excitement last? Usually it's not very long. Life hits you, you get back to work, you have a million ideas running through your head, and you probably feel scatterbrained. Landon, go outside. Thank you. Sorry, my slides are not changing for me. Okay, so you probably feel scatterbrained. You know where you want to go. Your why is running strong, but there's just so much information to take in. Or maybe you're a brand new coach and you have watched so many trainings that you just want to get started, but you don't know exactly what you need to do. It's information overload you need to process. I compare it to thinking about all the things that you have to do around your house. Like you're running around with your head cut off by a chicken. There's a million things you're doing all day, but you feel like you're making zero progress. You get started on the dishes, then the dryer buzzes, so you switch the laundry, then you throw away the dryer sheet and realize you need to take out the garbage, and then you get a phone call, and your mind is going a million miles an hour. You're working on 10 different things, but you're making zero progress. Multitasking isn't always the best option. You have two choices. The first option is you can shut down, you can lose the motivation, or you can get it out all on paper and organize your thoughts. Sorry, I'm not sure why this is not what I wanted. Sorry, guys. Okay, so organize your thoughts. Get it all out. The goal, the big, scary, hairy, audacious goal is to get from A to Z. While you know where Z is, that's that big why. You need to know that so you can go in the right direction. You can't focus all your attention on going from A to Z. You have to let it fuel you, but you can't skip the steps in between. You have to focus and channel your energy and going from A to B. So think about a baby. Are you going to expect a baby to learn to stand up one day and then take off running with complete balance the next? No, of course not. You know that that baby has to get steady and confident in standing. They have to learn to balance on their own, then take a few steps and then fall down, then get back up, regain balance, and try again. That baby is going to take it one step at a time. And even when they do fall and they skin their knees, you expect them to get back up and keep trying again. Eventually they'll get from A to Z, and maybe, just maybe, that Z is to exceed simply running and go on to hurdles. But that's the last step. That is Z. As a coach, you have to know where you're going to point yourself in the right direction. You have to know your dream. You have to know your why. You have to know it so deep that it makes you want to cry. But that's not where your focus should be. Your focus is what's going to take your personal business to the next level. Not my level, not Melanie Mitchell's level, not your top coach idol's level. You have to know your business. The 4 vitals are the one and only thing that is the same for each and every one of us. I like this quote. It says, "Be yourself. That is something you can do better than anyone else." So your job is to take all the information you get from these trainings and the events and sift through them and find your way of doing them. Don't just jump from ship to ship because you see someone else is being successful with a different idea. Own your ideas. You have to figure out what works for you, and you have to give it time to see if it does work or not. Rule of thumb, give it 6 months of consistent effort before you throw the idea out the door. Now you can tweak it along the way, but give it time, and you time to find the balance and get confident in it before you rule it out as a bad idea. So I'm going to take my free group, for example. It's my Fit Crew. And 2 years ago, when I first signed up as a coach, we were originally trained to run one free 10-day group a month. Why? Because it helps add value, and it helps you know who might be a good potential customer. Do you know what the pain is about running a new free group every single month? 1, you have to create the new group. 2, it's usually the same people that were in it the month before. 3, you're losing people in the shuffle. And I didn't like the feel of my free group. I didn't feel like it was accomplishing what it was supposed to do. So with my success partner, we were able to talk it out. We were able to discuss our struggles and come up with a new solution. Did we eliminate a free group altogether? No. But over time, we were able to evolve our free groups into what became my Fit Crew. So now I'm to the point where I do a new focus each week. I personally alternate between nutrition, fitness, personal development. And I remember when the idea first came to me, I was ecstatic. I remember a Voxer conversation I had with Michaela, it was last fall, about how amazing this idea was. I was looking for ways to expand my network. I was at a point where I knew that I had to reach beyond the people that I knew personally. And I thought, well, if I run a free group every week and I have the members of that group invite 2 new people to participate each week, we could expand our network. And it would, I just couldn't imagine the growth that it would have. It would be incredible. And then I'd be able to filter them through that funnel. I was on such a high, but guess what? It failed. I think over the last year, I've had probably 5 consistent participants that engage in the group regularly. And adding new people became old to them because it was the same people and they were running out of people to add. But I didn't give up. I stayed consistent doing weekly challenges. I gained my balance. I found my system in running a free group and the VIP group. I started creating an event in the group each week so that people knew what to expect for the next week, so I could see who wanted to participate that week. Maybe they were out of town, so they couldn't participate. Or maybe they're ready to get back on track, so maybe they hadn't participated for a couple weeks, but they're ready to jump back in. Then I knew who I needed to engage with that week of the group. And then a new thing that I just did a couple weeks ago was I created a friends list with just the people from my Fit Crew. So you know how you can create a list of, just your family members. I did that, but I created it for my Fit Crew. That way I can be engaged in their personal life, not just in the group. It's not just about health and fitness. It's about those relationships. Now, I didn't tell anybody I was doing this. I tested it out, and then I acted on it. And then I had an idea. I was cutting it close because the Olympics had just started, but I saw that Michaela was doing an Olympic thing in her free group. And I was like, crap, that's a really good idea. Why didn't I think of that? Did I just copy and paste and do the same person's her? No, I let myself get excited. I created my own version. I created a public event, and bam, my free group literally blew up this week. You see, there's this law called the law of diminishing effect. And if you keep sitting on an idea and don't act on it, it's going to lose value. But if you act on it, then the next idea is going to come to you. You cannot be afraid of the scarcity mindset. And as you grow, your business is going to grow with you. But if you're holding yourself back and not implementing the ideas that you come up with, then you're hurting yourself. But you have to know how much you can handle. So, is what you need to do is make a list. So the very first thing, you've got all these ideas running through your head. You've got to map them out, and you've got to find what's important to you right here, right now. Focus your attention on one thing and make it your thing. Instagram is not my thing. Yes, I post over there, and yes, I make my list of 33 hashtags and add them to the comments, but I'm not ready to grow my Instagram account. I've decided to focus my energy and my attention on like pages and learning about ads. Does that mean that that's what you need to do and what you need to focus your energy on? No. Focus your energy on one thing that's going to take you to the next level. So don't stress about being at the team leader level if you're still trying to grasp what it takes to be a business starter. If you're struggling to keep diamond, don't get overwhelmed with going elite. It's okay to watch other coaches, but don't copy what they're doing now. Watch them and learn and implement what they were doing a year ago to get them to where they are today. I hope you followed that. I hope that made sense. So make a list of the things you would like to do and implement them one at a time as time sees fit. You see, you have to be in the right season for these things to work. It nearly took a year before my fit grew to explode like I expected. But now I have to keep up with it. I have to keep the momentum going. Why are you soaking wet? Go sit in the sun and dry, okay? So you have to know your season. You have to know your business. You have to know where you're going. You may not be ready to run a free group every single week, and that is a-okay. Start with one per month and then add to a second one a month when you've got the handle on it and when you're able to create your own version. There are so many tools out there, but you have to take them and apply them at your own speed and time. Just because one baby learns to walk at 9 months and another learns to walk at 12 or 13 months doesn't mean that one is better than the other. By the age of 2, there is no difference. So put your blinders on and be confident with where you are and where you're going and at the speed in which you are comfortable going. And communicate that with your coach so that she can match your speed, so she can push you but not over push you. Being solid is so much more important than rushing through. Don't skip steps or it's going to leave holes in your business. So find balance in what you're doing. If you're trying to implement 5 new things in 1 week, then guess what? You're going to lose steam. You are going to get overwhelmed, and you're going to be frustrated that what you're doing isn't working. If you try to do everything, you ultimately won't do anything. And I give kudos to a couple of my coaches. They want to work the business, but they know that they need to be proof of the product first and be consistent before they can even start thinking about promoting them or helping others. That's exactly what it's about. Channel your energy and your momentum on the one thing you personally need to do to take your business to the next level, not 5 levels ahead. So pinpoint that one thing that you need to do or be better at and go all in on that one thing. But here's the trick. Don't let the things you've already mastered slip away. I think one of the big points is don't get caught up in the fluff. The fluff is easy, it's fun, it's business-related activities, but it's not going to build your business. You've got to channel all that passion and momentum and motivation that you have into the 4 vital behaviors and showing up consistently. I have a quote on my wall next to my bed, and it says, "You have seen what might be. Now go and make it so." You guys, you know your dream. You know your why. Now go and act on it, starting with that one step. So is what I want you to do today is I want you to process. I want you to make your list, and I want you to decide what your one focus is going to be. And I want you to comment in the group what your one focus is. And I just want to end with one last comment that's been weighing on me. And it is, yes, you can work this business in the cracks of your day, but it has to be focused and it has to be intentional. For far too long, I did it in the cracks of my day, but I was going in a million different directions. I wasn't focused. I was constantly trying to play catch up. I knew what I needed to do, but I wasn't focused. It's so much easier, and it takes an amazing amount of weight off of your shoulders and makes coaching fun when you know what you're doing, when you know why you're doing it, when you're confident in what you're doing, and taking it step by step instead of trying to do everything at the same time. So my big takeaways for today is be focused and be intentional. And that is it.
Woo! I have tons of notes. Brittney Hunting brought the house down. For reals. So good. Because I think it's so true. We hear things like, I know Brittney and I talk about this a lot. She can unmute and be on here too, but because we can talk back and forth. But you hear something on the National Wake Up Call, for example, even if you go to Summit and you're like, yeah, that's what I need to do. That's what I need to do. And then the next week, another coach says something that kind of contradicts it. So you go, yeah, that's what I need to do. And you're like a squirrel, right? ADHD, like ADD, just like don't know where you're going. And so this is going to help you. If you take this and apply what she says to you today, your business is going to start to blossom. And I have been personally just inspired, like she talked about, with those coaches that are taking our Be Proof of the Product, Practice What You Preach challenge group, and really actually like being proof of the product. Because all of a sudden, I've seen your guys' posts, even if it's only been a few days, I've seen your posts dramatically change, and you're getting people's attention because you're sharing yourselves. But like she said, Matt, pick one thing and master it. You don't have to run a free group every week. Do it once a month and get really good at that. And then when you feel confident in that, add another one. But I love it. So we see your comments today. We want to know, like she said, we want to hear what you're choosing to focus on in your business. So I am just incredibly grateful for Brittney Hunting. Like, seriously, she motivates me and inspires me every single day. I'm grateful to have her as like a success partner in this business, because she is always pushing me to rethink how I'm doing things and to just be a little bit better. And we are blessed to have her in this team. So thank you for bringing the fire, for bringing the inspiration. I think this was just exactly what everyone needed to hear. If your coaches weren't on, make sure you send them the link. I know sometimes people don't realize that they're on YouTube live. So if they're not on, and just feel free to send them the link. But I will see you guys in the team page. And again, Brittney, thank you so much. So have a good day, everyone.